refugees are coming here right now from, I know refugees are here that are from Yemen, from Syria, Iraq. I'm here running a business, so I get to see, you know, they'll come here sometimes.
At the end of the day, probably a lot of people lump them all in as sort of this immigrant of some kind, but refugees really are a particular class of immigrant with special protections, and they come from extremely vulnerable situations.
I think there is room here. The question is, you know, are we willing to accept the groups to come in to the city of Utica through a proper vetting process?
I just feel this is our home. We still like our country because, you know, our family is there and we born here. But you live here, you know, so.
Shelley Callahan. I'm the Executive Director here at the Mohawk Valley Resource Center for Refugees. Over the past 36 years, this center has resettled over 16,000 refugees into the city of Utica. We also do other things. We have citizenship and immigration work. We have an interpretation and a translation department. We have traffic safety. We have the Office for New Americans, which allows us to work with immigrants as well as refugees. So we're a pretty busy sort of one-stop, standalone refugee center.
There was like 200 Bosnian people in refugee center to learn English. So the first day when we came, oh my God, it's like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. So we've been learning every day, little by little. What's your name, how old are you, how many family you have, you know, where you're coming from. That was kind of, I think, new from them too, because they never had Bosnian people before. That was kind of very interesting from them when they telling, you know, our stories to them. And that was kind of fun. We are very, very thankful. I always say very thankful for those people. They really, really help us. Yes, we was in a refugee in Croatia. You know, like, you know, we had a tough life there. It's not enough food, not clothes, no money. It's like nothing. You know, honestly, when we came here, it's like so confusing for us because we had a lot of stress and we need lots of time to get. But we never speak English before.
They just came here with nothing, which is like, you can't even imagine, like, being thrown in a country that, like, you don't know anything. And
so our cousin, he sent us a paperwork from here. So he came 3 months ago before us. That's how we came in Utica. It's gotta be very nice looking door, then you can make some. Every holidays in America. So I don't want to never take my kids from anything. When they go to school, celebrate Halloween, Christmas, all those holidays, my kids, they did enjoy in every holiday. So I have a husband and 3 girls. Janelle, Janae, and Janara.
we do celebrate, like, holidays. Like, we do celebrate Thanksgiving. Like, we get turkey and everything. We don't sit at the table and, like, pray and, like, give thanks, you know? Like, that's not, like, a thing. We just kind of eat, like, when it's ready and just, like, hang out.
They're little. They don't even know what's my holiday. Just let them enjoy. Let them having a fun with all those kids.
My mom, her name's Swada, and I think, like, she's a spinning image of myself. Like, we're both, like, just, like, so bubbly and, like, I'd say quirky, too. Like, just, like...
My name's Frank Ferrone. I've been in Utica my whole life. I was born here in 1965. I've been in business here at this automotive shop since 1999. I'm on a roll in here. I don't want to lose my train. I feel like you know, I'm a down-to-earth person. You know, a lot of people think I'm a cool guy or a cool dad or cool this, and so I try to make people feel comfortable. Sometimes people, they'll tell me what bearing they think is bad or what rotor is pulsating. It was like right after the Russians came, then we had Bosnians. And it was the same thing again. It was like, it was actually nice because it was like filling up our city, and they weren't bringing any problems from wherever they came from. If there were problems, they weren't bringing anything. And, you know, they just seemed like they wanted to come here and work and be a part of our culture and everything. My friend Abraham is my neighbor, actually lived a couple doors down, and he's Bosnian. I'm at a level with him where, I don't know if I can say this, we break balls. We break balls about things. Where we live, there's now, in the last decade, there's a lot of Muslims here that are from the Middle East. He'll elaborate, and he'll say, "Oh no, 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 those are the crazy ones. We're not like those Muslims. You know, they're different." The ones I'm talking about, Iraq, Syria, Yemen, their natural look on their face is like mean, and they got that look in their face and the look on them that they just, you know, you gotta wonder if they're thinking about blowing something up. Who's ever here already, they're here. What are you gonna do? You know, I mean, they're here already. If they're legal, they're here. That's it. It's over with. Now you gotta just, you know, hope everybody lives in peace and they have jobs and they do something positive for the community. But to keep bringing more and more and more, I say it's got to stop. The stuff that you just see it's going on in Europe and France and Germany and whatever, you know, terrorist acts are carrying out, you know, driving trucks into crowds or you know, blowing things up. I mean, it's on your mind.
The attacks in Paris. One of the attackers using a fake Syrian passport, posing as a refugee.
No Paris in America! No Paris in America!
We are welcomed here in this city from the other people, and we as a Bosnian, we did the huge impact in the whole city. We haven't had any type of the issues that other communities are struggling with, probably because we are kind of the white and we are unnoticeable, I can call it. A lot of people didn't even know that most Bosnians are Muslims.
What do you think about the understanding that Americans generally have of Islam? Do you think they understand it well?
I think they do not understand it well. If somebody wants to learn about the Islam, the values of Islam, we cannot watch Islam through just through the Bosnian Muslims or just through the Syrian Muslims. Even with this misunderstanding of the Islam, it is kind of causing like dividing us more. With other faiths, we have to stick together, and then we have to get along with each other. That's the way, because we are from the same origin.
My name is Timothy Julian. I was the mayor of the city of Utica from 2000 until 2007, the end of 2007. I was retired by the good voters of the city of Utica at that time. The quick assimilation of the Bosnian population. You know, their appearance to look more American. Their dress is more American than say a Bantu refugee coming in, or, you know, Somali refugee coming in. That hasn't hurt their cause. The community itself was very welcoming to the Bosnian population, and the community itself has been very welcoming to all the immigrant population, the refugee population that we've had here.
We have on site a partnership with BOCES. They provide all-day ESL school for adults 21 and older, and they have about a dozen classrooms. So anywhere from, you know, roughly about 200, 250 students a day in the building.
What was your job in your country?
My country is painting.
We don't have the largest number of refugees, you know, of anywhere because the city is relatively small. But when you look at percentages, we're really up there, close to the top of the list. Over the years, there has always been this question of when newcomers come here, are they American enough, quickly enough? You know, for people who think that this might be, you know, someone with evil intent against this country, that this is a path into the country, it would be the worst plan. Even if you somehow get registered as a refugee, there's no guarantee that you're going to travel. Here, it is less than 1%. It's like hitting the lottery. Out of the Middle East, the vetting process is even more extreme. But it is, yeah, they're all going through this interview process. There's DNA and biometric data and all that sort of thing as needed by all of these agencies.
I think that's a perfect process, and I think that's the best thing ever. Like, I mean, think about it's like 2 years process. So for those 2 years, they can really check who you are. You know, like, just gives you a time, a lot of time, they can check you.
You know, to me, if there's one bad egg, you know, in 500 people, but that one bad egg can do a lot of destruction or a lot of damage, I mean, it needs to be looked at.
There's a lot of perceptions that aren't real, that they think that, oh, well, they get free education, that's when they come here. And they get free housing, that's why they come here. And they get all these free things, and that's not the case. Not the case at all. They have the opportunities to apply for anything else that anyone else has the ability to do here. But they don't have the, you know, they're not handed anything for free.
I think they get what any other person in their economic circumstance would get that's in the U.S., but I think that they get off it as quickly as they can, and I'm amazed at how quickly they're able to get off it.
I think maybe we are like different people, you know, because all Bosnian people, when they come here, they want to just, oh my God, let's work, let's get something, you know, to do in lives. But I don't know, those people, maybe they don't want to have a, like, you know, like we do, nice houses, nice cars, nice, you know, like, you know, nice life, you know. Maybe they don't want to, maybe they just want to, like, just stay home, do nothing. Maybe some of them they do.
I think, again, the press needs to do probably a better job of humanizing the people and their plight of why they're looking to come here. The object of the press is that they have to tell the story and the whole story. We're seeing a lot more scary looking men driving around shooting machine guns in the air in the back of pickup trucks. And I think that we need to see both sides of that. You know, this is what the concern is. The concern is that these guys are all coming here in the back of that pickup truck, and they're going to get here somehow or another on a plane, and they're going to end up here in our backyards.
The other networks, the mainstream networks, are just so one-sided. It's just great.
This is wrong.
You know, I love people's different cultural traditions. I want them to bring that here and to share it with all of us. I love that Utica now has restaurants of so many different ethnicities. I love that I see people in different traditional garb. That's sort of what I think about as multiculturalism. And to me, that is very American. I think that's the stuff that we should be really proud of.
These are vetted refugees that are coming here with a real desire and a real purpose to be part of the American fabric that we've known for so long.
2002, I went, the first time me and her, I went to visit my country. After 2 weeks, I said, I want to go back. You know, this is our home. So, that's our country now.
My name is Luque Kangolombe. I am from Congo. I've been here in these 2 months. But I like to stay because I am free. Because there is the war. Anytime you can die. But here, you know you are safe. Freedom, everything is, yeah.
My name is Noor Kalimullah. I was born in Burma. I have been here for 2 years. About America, 95% is very good for refugee people. In my country, I'm very scared. My life is very dangerous. In America, I am legal here. A lot of chances here in America. America is a very freedom country. I like it. I never go back my country.
Yeah. Do you think you'll stay here then?
I like it, yes.